name is Felix and you're Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. Oh my god, this is the fifth video I've recorded today. Fridays is a busy day for me. Fridays is when Sabbath comes in for me. It's around 7 o'clock. It's about 6 o'clock this time of year, 6:30. So I got to be offline for 25 hours. So I try and get a bunch of stuff ready to go. So this is the fifth video I've recorded today that's going to be put out over the next couple of days. I think this is going out Friday. But anyway, number 5. There we go. Hollywood appears to be done with comic book prose. They liked comic book prose for a while when comic books were in vogue, and now I think it's very, very clear from Ava DuVernay's and Tom King's cancellation of their new God's Abomination. The comic book prose, their time is over in Hollywood. Yeah, Max Versaggio got that one bad sci-fi show that lasted. Did it last a full season based on her internally bad comic book? But who knows? All destiny. But anyway, they're being kicked to the curb as part of that. Reasonably, from what I can tell, quite reasonably decent people are being horribly thrown under the bus. From what I can tell, Geoff Johns appears to be one of those reasonable people. I don't know anything about him. He may be a complete arsehole. I really don't know anything about him whatsoever. I know that Ethan Van Sciver has vouched for him. I don't know Ethan Van Sciver either, but he seems believable, right? He seems like a reasonably decent chap, and I kind of believe. I like him, which is why I buy his comic books. It's essentially. So anyway, we're going to be getting into this story. It's kind of an all-encompassing story, going in a million different directions. But we're going to get into it. Before we do that, can you hit the like button? That'll be great. YouTube won't be hitting the like button. YouTube does not like me. I say things that YouTube finds deplorable, I believe in God. Those sort of things. I don't believe in traditional biblical value. They don't like that. They don't like that at all. They don't know. They don't mind me saying that. They don't like it when I enumerate them. When I say that specifically. So they demonetize my channel and they've absolutely shadow banning me, completely throttling me, not literally, throttling my channel growth. My channel's made roughly around the same level because you guys are fantastic, and I'm getting a good 4 or 5 subscribers a day just because you guys are fantastic. But YouTube notices that they take off 4 or 5 subscribers a day. So please, if you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, if you could consider hitting the subscribe button, that would be fan-dabby double dozy. Thank you very, very much. So like, share, subscribe, comment is good. Actually, I would like to know what you think about this because this is kind of wild. Again, we're going to be going all over the shop. Talking about this. Like, share, subscribe. Want to be really fantastic? Go check out my Indiegogo. Go check out my Indiegogo. We're talking. This is a comic booky video, so go check out my Indiegogo. 2 freaking awesome comic books. This campaign, graphic novel. One is 105 pages long. One is 220 pages long. This campaign is closing out, I think, in the next week. All right, in the next week. This week is the the Israeli Independence Day, and I would like to close out then, but I'm doing another poster to end the campaign with. It's going to be a Doctor Who poster. It's going to be the. I'll show you. I'll show you the stuff you get with it. So if you buy both these comic books, you get a bunch of extras. And you can buy just the extras on their own, but buy the comic books. I want you to read them, right? So the extras include For the Male Gaze art cards. These are art cards, they're postcard size, based on my 12-year-old titillations, maybe 50-year-old or so. The things haven't changed much in 38 years. They still kind of do the trick. You know what? I normally zoom in on these on live streams, but I think this one deserves a zoom in because it's so freaking good. Oh, Judge Anderson, don't even think it, but I am thinking it, and I do think it most of my life. Okay, I spent most of my life thinking it, and I'm mainly thinking about this one. No hanky-panky in the TARDIS. Just a fantastic art card. Again, postcard size, not laminated, but I guess if you want, we can work that out for you. Then we added on this one, which is I'm Sensing Strong Emotions, Captain. And finally, we added in a Star Warsy one. I think this is actually one of my favorites. The Force is female. Let's do a slow reveal because it's so good. The Force is very, 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 very deliciously female. And me and Jabba, well, right there, dear. See, you get all those extras, plus you get this. When we hit $8,000, we're about $20 away from $7,000. I think we're gonna hit $8,000 before by the time we finish. You get this poster as well. This is 18 by 22. It's A2. It's big. It's a big poster. You can get this as an add-on. Look, if we get up to $12,000, everybody gets this poster as well. The eyes out. We get this poster. Great balls of fire. But you know, let's end on this one. But I want to do one more poster of Tom Baker as Doctor Who, but as he is now, as he is old, right, in the Doctor Who costume with his companion who passed away a few years ago, Liz Sladen, also old. I just would like to imagine they're somewhere in time and space, adventuring forever in a perfect moment of time that will never end. You know, that's basically what I would love there to be. Fine, so there you go check that out. Let's get to the story. It's fine. So Ray Fisher has been going scorched earth, right? And this, I think, this is part of a larger political campaign where there are many forces vying for supremacy with the DC movies. And I do believe there's a significant rift between Warner Brothers and their parent company, AT&T. Warner Brothers likes to play the Hollywood games, the diversity games where you know, we got to virtue signal everything, no matter how stupid it is, right? No matter how stupid the virtue signal is, that's what they got to do. Whereas AT&T are like, we bought you to make money, right? We bought you to make money, not to show off how wonderful you are, because quite frankly, you're not that wonderful. And they noticed the Snyder Cut was really quite successful. People that did make money. That seemed to get a lot of traction. So Ray Fisher is pissed off. Ray Fisher is pissed off that his character was mainly cut out of the Joss Whedon version of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, and he thinks there's racial motivations behind it. Maybe he's right. Maybe he's right. Listen, there was this guy in Doctor Who fandom who, like about a month ago, just came out and just made up a bunch of lies about me, right? We're so lined in the same cultural side of the aisle, so I was a bit taken back. So that guy is a big supporter of a very, very anti-Semitic politician. Was he motivated by anti-Semitism? I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's worth asking the question. So, but the same way, I do get where Ray Fisher's coming from. He's saying, you guys don't like black people, and it seems weird to me. Right? Because I don't live in that world at all. I don't live in a world where people go, I don't like you because you're black. I mean, I even internally, I do not live in that universe. I don't have that mentality at all. So I don't understand it. I think Hollywood has a lot of those people, right? Or at least a lot of people who think that movies with black people won't sell. And so they have to virtue signals. Then they put black people in everything. You know, we're going to be talking about how they wanted to make General Zod and Superman and everybody black. Everybody's black now. Everybody's black to overcompensate because they're baby brain morons. Which makes me think they probably are racist, right? They probably are racist because racists are baby brain morons. So anyway, so Ray Fisher says he was cut out because they didn't want to have an angry black man at the center of the movie, and he really was the center of the movie. He didn't strike me as an angry black man. He struck me as an angry man who had his life taken away from him. It didn't really strike. But again, I can't really talk from inside his point of view, right? I guess he has certainly experienced racism, probably from the people he's mad at. Fine, so he's been on this tirade, this absolute tirade against Joss Whedon, who cut about the movie, and Joss Whedon has now become kosher to cancel. He's been totally cancelable, and the instant somebody is cancelable, it's like a drop of blood in a James Bond villain's shark pool. They're like, ah! Oh, somebody we can take apart, because that's really the bottom line of what they like to. They're in a frenzy. They're in a blood frenzy. I think it's very similar to post-revolutionary France. They called it the Reign of Terror, where they just were like hacking the heads off people, guillotining anyone and everybody they can, and they were caught in a blood frenzy. This is what I think is going on in the entertainment industry. They're caught, and just that cultural side of the world, they're caught in a blood frenzy, and so they go after Joss Whedon, and is there good reason to go after Joss Whedon? Apparently, he's and I'm glad, because he's a lying male feminist who's a piece of crap. But anyway, so the reason he was cut out was not to save time. The reason says neither Berg nor Emmerich, who were where is it? Let's go restart from the beginning. In a recent interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Fisher revealed that the Justice League producer Geoff Johns told him that Cyborg only smiled twice in the movie, and noted that these brief moments of happiness were rather problematic. To make matters worse, Fisher also mentioned the decision to have Cyborg reduced in Justice League was made by the then DC Films co-chair Joe Berg and Warner Brothers studio chief Toby Emmerich. The reason, he says, they didn't want to have an angry black man at the center of Justice League. Maybe, listen, again, that may well be true. That may well indeed be true. Is it because they don't like black people, or is it because they think that wouldn't sell? Or a mixture of both. I don't know. That's basically him. So he goes on, says Zack Snyder's Justice League and Joss Whedon's take on Justice League are almost literally night and day in regards to tone. That's very true. Unsurprising, Whedon's cut of the movie of the film is brighter and more uplifting as a result of the studio's intervention. So this is what this is what Geoff Johns said. So according to Fisher, Geoff Johns' publicist Howard Bragman told that all the discussions about Justice League centers around adding joy and hopefulness to the 6 superheroes. I can see he was a bit broody. But again, I really liked his art, and I really don't know much about his powers, although he had really interesting powers, right? There's always conversation about avoiding stereotypes of race, gender, and sexuality, Bragman also said. I didn't have any intention of playing him as a jovial cathedral cleaning individual. I don't know what cathedral cleaning means. After we took over Justice League, John suggested that Fisher that he played Cyborg like a kind-hearted Quasimodo as opposed to Frankenstein's monster. Okay. Representative John said Geoff gave note of using a fictional character as an example of a sympathetic man who is unhappy as an inclination to hide from the world, but whom the audience will root for, has a courageous heart. Yeah. But I tell you again, it's the it's the Reign of Terror. It's the Reign of Terror, and so I think he's caught. Geoff Johns has been caught in the Collateral damage. So then it got worse, right? Remember that crappy show Krypton, which I kind of sort of liked it, but I didn't. I liked their depiction of Brainiac. Who was it? Blake Ritson played Brainiac. I thought he was really cool. Everything else I didn't like. So it was about Superman's grandfather, right? So apparently there was. So in this show they have the Zods, the line of Zod. They're all black. Everybody's black. And they apparently wanted Superman's grandfather to also be black, right? So report. Geoff Johns, he's in the crosshairs, poor guy. Just on nixed the idea of Superman's grandfather being black in Krypton. Which would have, I think he's probably right. I mean, I like the idea. It was kind of like an interesting new take, making the Zods black. I think making Superman lineage black, which they're doing in the JJ movie, I think that makes it into a different character. I really do. I think that makes it into a different character and a different thing. And I think you can have a lot of the elements of it, but it's fundamentally different. And honestly, I just don't see. I don't think it's going to go down very well. I think Henry Cavill Superman really worked because Henry Cavill is pretty good in role, and he's grown as an actor as well since he first got the role, because they've taken so long to make them. But I just don't think This makes Geoff Johns racist, but too late. He's caught in two things. He's caught in the collateral damage of Ray Fisher's like scorched earth attack on that faction of Warner Brothers, and he's also caught in the dropping star of comic book pros in Hollywood. They're all being ejected out. So it looks like your time's over, Geoff. I'm afraid to tell you. Then it got a bit worse. So the person they wanted was Bridgerton star Regé-Jean Page auditioned for the part and was favoured by casting. However, overseeing the project was Johns, who vetoed the idea. Thought Superman shouldn't have a black grandfather. Yeah. Does that make him black? Does that make him racist? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Yeah, I did. Again, you're making all the Zods black as well. I think making the Zods black was actually interesting. He had Colin Salmon play General Zod, who was great, really good casting, and the woman who played his daughter, super hot. She was great, and she was in that episode of Black Mirror. Right, she was in that episode of Black Mirror called where they're caught in a dating app and they don't realize it. It's the younger guy from Peaky Blinders in it as well. She was gorgeous. Yeah, I did like that whole dynamic. So anyway, so representative Johns explained to the veteran creator shot down the idea because he believed fans expected the character to look like a young Henry Cavill. I kind of hear that. Okay, so they're going to poke holes in it, right? They're going to poke, what I'm telling you they're going to do, let's just see it. So he's okay with the Zods not resembling the Man of Steel's Michael Shannon. So, yeah, the way I think that they look at it is squinting, right? When they squint, you kind of know that Superman's Henry Cavill. Nobody really remembers General Zod. General Zod could be anything. It's like, but the Henry Cavill being Superman is something that's much more prominent in some of his ideas, some of his mind. So anyway, so Ray Fisher then goes eviscerates Geoff Johns again. Some more. I appreciate Geoff Johns being bringing on a crisis team, to explain away his discriminatory behavior, but his excuses are weak. If Geoff believed that fans expected Superman's grandfather to look like a young Henry Cavill, why was he okay with Zods not resembling Michael Shannon? I think I've explained it. And then somebody, who's this? Somebody came along and said, does anybody say this? Oh, please, if Ray Fisher would have watched Krypton TV series, he would know the reason General Zod's grandparents didn't look like Michael Shannon, because General Zod was not played by. Yeah, no, I think that's the point. I know why he did it. They're not in the same continuity, but I think Geoff Johns' position was that it's in the ether that Superman is Henry Cavill. It's not in the ether that Michael Shannon is General Zod, right? And that's what I think. It's in like the national consciousness. But he's being really thrown under the bus. So then Ethan Van Sciver steps in, saying, watching Geoff Johns being degraded as a racist and cancelled makes me physically ill. Listen, you went to Hollywood. It doesn't matter if you're a racist or not. That's pretty much irrelevant, quite frankly. If you're wrong time, wrong place, which is where Geoff Johns is that what's going on. That's what's wrong with Hollywood. It's an evil place. He's one of the most gifted and talented creators of the last few decades, someone who knows DC characters inside out. After having seen Hollywood's being taken away, his fight is real. Then he goes on to say, let them have the carcass of the creative industry they wrecked, Geoff. You did all you could. As a comic business collapses and DC becomes insolvent, you still have your talent and audience and name. These are all important things. They'll only have ashes, and I only hope they choke on them. Listen, I can't argue. And of course, again, blood in the water. They smell blood in the water, so of course they're going after Geoff Johns even more. So this guy, who was basically just pissed off he didn't get the job, right? He's saying, hearing about this conversation hurts no less than it did back then. The clarifications hurt even more, to be honest. They're still just doing my thing. Still, we do the work. We still fly. I'm sorry, mate. It would have been. You know what it would have been like if you were cast as a star of that show. Was it Krypton? It would have been like Star Trek Discovery, where everybody's a woman. Everybody's a woman, and it's weird, and it doesn't work. And again, I understand that you want them to virtue signal in the same way they virtue signal for women. Geoff Johnston wasn't sure that was a creatively good idea. So finally, being the ballless, spineless piece of human garbage that he is, because he's an actor, obviously. Cameron Cuffey jumps in and says, "I'm sorry, I'm white. I'm so sorry." He basically does a Picard. "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He goes, "Richie is an inspiration to me and thousands of other artists." Oh no, he's not. "No one should feel okay benefiting from individuals and institutions that treat their fellow humans so unjustly." It's not unjust to say this character that has always been this skin color will remain this skin color. Again, are you going to get a white guy to play Othello? It would be a bit weird. It would be a bit strange. And if you got a white guy to play Othello, fine. But then to not acknowledge it is a bit weird. Change must happen. The change that must happen is you people need to be your time needs to be over, right? Your time needs to be over. No, people need to stop listening to the nonsense you say, because you just basically talk nonsense. So there you go. As I said, Hollywood is done with comic book pros. Couldn't be more obvious. Geoff Johnston is thrown on the bus as being a racist, irrespective of him not actually being a racist, as collateral damage in Ray Fisher's ongoing scorched earth attack. I'm not sure how I can fit all that on a thumbnail, but for you, my dedicated viewers, I will try and do it. My name is Eli Beck, and you're the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.